Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here and welcome to a brand new speed build. Today we're going to be using the brand new laundry stuff pack. And I've got to say, whenever we get a new pack and I do my first build utilizing all of the new objects, I just get so excited and it just makes me so happy. Using all of this new stuff that we haven't had in the game before, it makes me really, really happy. And I know not all of you guys were looking forward to having laundry in The Sims 4. I know a lot of players are like, laundry, schmaundry, like whatever. I personally was so ready for laundry. Like, I love having laundry in The Sims 4. So I was very, very happy to actually do a build for the first time with a laundry room. It just makes it seem more real to me. And obviously I want heaps of stuff in The Sims 4, but like the last room that I feel like we're missing in The Sims now that we have the laundry is a garage. I really want a garage and I really want a pool table or a billiards table. I feel like once we have those, I'm going to be feeling more satisfied. Greedy Deli, always wanting more Sim stuff, but hey, don't we all? Don't we all? The picket fence, I feel like already some of you guys are going to ask where that's from. I believe that came with the backyard stuff pack. And at the moment, I'm just trying to figure out colors. I wasn't sure what color scheme to go with for this house. And to begin with, we kind of use this soft sea foamy blue color on the exterior, but we are going to change it. And this house overall, I guess, has a classic traditional kind of farmhouse feel. And then the interior is obviously using a lot of the Laundry Day stuff pack items, so it's got a little bit of a boho feel about it and an eco feel about it. I just kind of went to town, used a lot of clutter. It has 2 bedrooms, a master bedroom with a double bed, and also a kids room that is purple and pinky colors. And it's got a front yard. I mean, I feel like when we build in The Sims 4, it's very easy to just go to the default kind of style of having the backyard, not a front yard. But I thought, you know what? Let's give this house a front yard for a change so we can really show off those laundry clothesline and the outdoor laundry bucket washing thing. I wanted to just see that as soon as I landed on the lot, so that's why I did a front yard. And I did skip out the start of this build where I did paint the terrain. So to get that terrain, you just paint it with the terrain tools. I used floor tiles to kind of mark out where the stripes were going to go. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. And I definitely think this house has a bit of a farmy feel about it. And I decided, because I don't use a whole lot of dark timber, I'm always a bit of a light timber kind of gal, I decided to go with a really dark chocolatey timber on the exterior to contrast with the really white and black windows. I just thought that was kind of nice. And at the very end, the Parenthood windows that we've used, we're actually going to use the white and black swatches at the very end. So they're not all white, they have a little bit of black on them to kind of go with the new Laundry Day stuff pack windows. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole overview of the house. We're going to be using the new dining table, which is round. Love the new rounded table, so good. And these bay windows are everything. I couldn't believe that I forgot to show you guys the bay windows in my build and buy review video. I was face palming so hard when I was uploading that video, and I did note it in the description. I said, I forgot to show off the bay windows, but a lot of you guys were commenting, you forgot. I did realize, and I apologize. I always skip something. Like, I know as a Simmer YouTuber, I need to be professional. I need to remember all the things that I need to tell you. I watch the live stream so I know what's in the pack. Like, I do my research, but I still always forget like the toddler clothes or hats or a new tattoo. And in this case, I forgot about the bay window. So I do apologize, you guys. I try. But there will always be a derpy deli. Always. So yeah, basically, it's coming together now. And I thought it was really important to, on the interior, have some different kind of walls. I wanted to have a little bit of color injected into this build because obviously the exterior is so, white and neutral colors. So we do introduce quite a bit of color into this. And that is the new shelf. We're starting off with the new shelf. I do have a few bones to pick now that I have had more time to review this pack. Not so much the gameplay. I haven't done much gameplay yet, but in terms of like the actual items, I have to say I do wish that the windows and the door were scaled to suit each other, because the door looks so tiny next to those beautiful big bay windows. I kind of felt like I love the door and I love the windows separately, but I feel like if you're putting windows and a door in the same stuff pack, they should be able to work together quite nicely. And yeah, I just felt like the door needed a larger version to use as a front door with those windows. I just think that would be nice for players to, build their house, throw that front door in with the window and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. They're like, oh, the door's so small. We realized that on my live stream and you guys were like, Deli, can you please change the door? It looks tiny. So that was one thing I noticed. And the other thing, we're going straight ahead and putting in the laundry area straight off the bat. That will be a separate room eventually, but I'm just kind of furnishing it a little bit open right now. Just getting in those key items. And the other thing that I noticed was a lot of the items that I got very excited about with having a lot of shelf space, like the different shelving items, a lot of those shelving slots don't work with all items. Well, one that was really obvious was on this shelf here, the lower shelf to the right. Barely anything would sit on that. It was really weird, except for like really small objects. And odd ones too, like some of the books wouldn't go on there. And I don't know, I felt like the slots weren't working properly. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just felt like I feel like I can't place anything on this particular shelf. So that was another thing I noticed that was a little bit disappointing. And I know like I become super picky when I review packs because, we love The Sims. And when you really, really love something, you have really high expectations and you want it to be perfect. So I know The Sims or the people who produce the game, the Sim Gurus, and all the others who aren't Sim Gurus, they're working so hard on this game. And we just have so much feedback to give. And this is just some of my feedback that I've noticed. And yeah, I just wanted to put things on that right-hand shelf and it just wasn't working for me. I also feel like a lot of the items do not sit on shelves that could sit on shelves. I still think we're really limited. Like I always use tissue boxes. I always use the same 3 plants that fit on the shelf. I just feel like we need a lot more for shelves. So yeah. What else? I think that's all for my negatives about the pack after building with it. Just those 2 things. And how cute do those dog and cat things look there? See how nothing is fitting on this shelf? Like, yeah, I can put the spoon thing, but so much wouldn't fit there. And that's like a wall thing. I was like, maybe I can put this in there. But yeah, I was really struggling to find stuff that would sit in there. Like the fruit bowl wouldn't go in there. Nothing would go in there. So not even the plate that usually sits on counters and stuff. So I felt like the incense fit in there and the tiny plants, like the really tiny plants. It was very odd for the size of the shelf. So, I can't remember what we do in the end. I think we put another plant thing there. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is basically the lounge room taking place now. And I love how that wallpaper fits perfectly with that shelving unit. I think the wallpaper was from... Ooh, this is going to test me. Was that from Cats and Dogs? I don't think that was from Cats and Dogs. Oh, maybe it was. I can't remember, you guys, but I love how they go together. The wreath is really pretty. The wreath is something that I'd never put in my home in real life, but I love it for different characters in Sims homes. And yeah, like I said, this is a really cluttered house. Recently, we've done some more simple builds that don't have much clutter at all. I kind of went through the simple minimalistic phase, and now I'm back to over-cluttering a house, which I kind of like in The Sims because it makes it look a little bit more realistic. It looks like someone actually lives here, and I quite like that. The chairs are quite cute. I love the wicker, and... yeah, we needed some curtains, so I'm just using these ones from Parenthood, I think. And then I also had a little issue here. My game froze for a little bit, but it's fine. Don't worry, guys. We are getting a new PC, a sponsored PC next week. I'm so excited because my game has been slowing down a little bit, freezing now and then. You guys on the live streams have probably noticed. And things behind the scenes that you guys don't see, like exporting videos and editing videos, I've been starting to have a lot of trouble with. So it is time for a PC upgrade. So I will make sure to do a full-on office tour, specs, everything about the PC. It is sponsored, so I require to do that, but honestly, I would just be doing that anyway because so many of you guys ask and are obviously curious about that. So I'm excited to show you. And I think it's going to have a glass case, like a tempered glass case. So it's going to be hella fancy, you guys. Hella fancy. A little bit extra like deli. So exciting times. That is definitely one of the perks of being a YouTuber. When you are able to get help with getting equipment that you can't usually afford, but a brand would be like, hey, we want to help support you with our equipment. That's incredible, actually. That is, I don't know what I would do without those sponsorships. So that is awesome. And I'm going through Mwave. So that's cool. Now this sounds like a sponsored video. It's not. I'm just blabbering and having word vomit because I'm actually really excited. Oh, deli. Oh, deli bells. Anyway, so this is the kitchen. I was trying to figure out what kind of tiles to use. I was like, thinking, do I do brick? And I thought, no, the brick doesn't suit the exterior of the house. That wouldn't make sense. Then stone was okay, but looked a little bit too modern. And in the end, I decided to go with some Spade Pack tiles. I think Spade Pack has the best tiles and floor tiles for contemporary bathrooms and kitchens. So we just go with the plain gray to kind of go with those Parenthood countertops. And then I had to fit in the bedroom. So I decided to squeeze in 2 bedrooms, the double bedroom, like I said, and also a kid's bedroom or a teen's bedroom potentially. And we also needed to get the kitchen table in. So it was a bit of a squeeze, but I also didn't want this house to end up huge. I wanted this to be quite a compact house, a house that you could be able to afford quite easily in The Sims. I think it came in at around 60,000 simoleons. And if you guys don't have all the packs, then the cost will obviously come down a lot because there's a few items in there, obviously, from other packs. I think if you don't have Spade, you won't get those tiles. And if you don't have Parenthood, you'll miss out on a few things. I think there was like one item from... Oh, the columns were from Dine Out, I think. But hey, they're not too bad. They're not too hard to replace. There's a ton of the laundry stuff. So if you have that pack, I feel like this download's pretty simple. You won't have to change too much. Yeah. I do need to do another base game build though. I do need to do more of those. And that painting fits in so perfectly with the wall. Oh wait, that painting's from another stuff pack. Okay, there's a lot of stuff packs in this. My bad. But I just wanted to indulge in it, you know? Get some Sims indulgence. Treat yourself with the Sims. Your girl loves a treat. A Sims treat, so yeah. A Sims snack. Snack on some Sims. Okay, I'm rambling again. All right, so this obviously is the kitchen, like I said before, and you visibly can obviously see that. I wanted to use that new beautiful industrial sink. Absolutely love that. When I reviewed the pack, I didn't want that bucket underneath it. I wanted that as a separate object. We did get it as a separate object, but we don't have the sink without the bucket. I quite like the bucket under there now that I've used it. I quite like that. But that cluster of things in the corner next to the dining table, which we've just gone away from, that cluster, it's got a trio of things. I just wish those were separates, actually. It felt kind of weird placing them in the corner. But then again, I mean, so many players, so many of you guys are like, oh, I just want to smack things in the corner. I don't have to get like individual plants out to make a cluster. I think that's really dependent on the player. But for me, I prefer individual items. I think I'll cluster them myself. And now I think of it, there is actually a lot from the backyard stuff pack in here. Because that candle and flowers, I think, is. And then we also end up putting wind chimes outside as well. I always forget where those floral draped curtains are from that's in the laundry area. And there's also the pets floorboards, or cats and dogs floorboards, and some cats and dogs items in there. Okay, this is so not easy to download if you only have base game and laundry stuff pack. I totally totally caught that out wrong. So I'll try and do a base game soon. And yeah, there's some perfectly matching green cupboards to go with that green wallpaper. I just love these strong greeny turquoise colors that come through this build. And in this corner over here, I decided, I mean, you can have any skill building item over here. You could have exercise equipment. You could have, I was about to say sporting equipment, but that's the same thing. You know, easels, whatever. But I decided to have a desk here because I think computers and desks are very useful in The Sims 4 for a lot of different jobs and careers and activities. So I put that there, and that writer's desk is usually locked, I think, until you get to a certain stage of the writing career, if I'm not mistaken. I never use those bamboo trees. Why don't I ever use them? I feel like they look a bit fake. But then bamboo is pretty fake looking. I don't really know how I could do a better job of making bamboo on The Sims 4. But I don't know why. I always pull it out. I'm like, looks like a fake plant. And I have a thing with fake plants. I don't do fake plants. I know I murder a lot of real plants, and I feel terrible, but at least I try. I'm not a fake plant kind of gal. And then there's a little cat scratcher. I've also sized up the new bulb lights, which I absolutely adore for this build. So they've been sized up. Love those, they're fantastic. Oh, these bay windows are so good. And also these bay windows, I ended up using cushions from, I believe, the toddler stuff pack. I use the cushions from the toddler stuff pack, and I use my 9 key to actually lift the cushions up onto the bay window, so it looks like it's a seating area, and it's quite nice. I do this in the bathroom and in the bedroom. Oh, and I really wanted to be able to place objects along the bay window. I wish those were slotted. I guess because it's a window piece, it's a little bit different. That's probably, I assume, harder to program, but that would have been cool. And here we are using those pillows. We just had to change the color of them to be a little more appropriate for this room. The pinks just didn't really go IMO, in my opinion. And these curtains actually work quite well, I think, with those bay windows. Those curtains are from City Living. Ooh, today's build's really testing me. It is a definite mix. It's a definite mix. And yeah, I love that from Parenthood. That little, well, I guess it's a dresser, but I love the shelves in it. I think it's so sweet. Very nice object. Very nice. And then I wanted to put some paintings up, so we're just going to shuffle that full-length mirror across. And then this is going to be the kids' bedroom. Oh, I love that bed. I think that's such a cool doona cover or comforter or whatever you guys call it in all your many different places you guys are from. We're all from such different places. We call it a doona cover, so I'll go with that. And I also love this doona cover as well, that ombre purpley horizon type of doona cover. It's so pretty. And yeah, once I got that doona cover, I was like, okay, we're going to town. We're using pinks. We're using purples. We're using the lavenders. And I also like this kind of crossed over T-section of shelves at different levels. I thought that was kind of nice and detailed. Adds a little bit of realism into the build. And of course, the gorgeous little teddy bear holding that love heart. I wish we could buy that teddy bear. No, I don't need more teddy bears. I like teddy bears, but I don't use teddy bears. I have my Funshine and I have my Basil, my 2 teddy bears I'll sleep with when Pat's not at my house. And then I do love this little table. It's so adorable. I think that was from Parenthood 2 with that base game chair. It's quite nice. And of course we needed some laundry baskets as well in both of the bedrooms for when the Sims get dressed, especially if they're getting dressed at their dresses. And then last of all, we needed to do some bathroom work and then the outdoor area. I'm using this awesome sink once again. Absolutely adore that sink. And there's actually 3 sinks in this build. We use the rustic, beautiful turquoise sink in the other room. That colorway is so boss. I love that. And actually, you know what? It's interesting because that goes with the rest of the house. I didn't plan that, but it does. I thought the checkerboard tiles looked a little bit vintage. I feel like this old farmhouse would have been done up over time. you know, and renovated a bit, but they would have still kept some of the old features like the bay windows and the tiles. I feel like they would have been refurbished. And yeah, I also thought this little corridor area was just a little bit different. I had a reference image for this build and I realized they had like a corridor like that before getting to the front door, which I thought was kind of cool. And of course the terrain has been painted in those stripes to give off that farm life vibe. And this is the lot in Brindleton Bay. Some of you guys may have not been able to pick that. A lot of you guys would have, but yeah, this is in Brindleton Bay opposite the cat and dog park area. But yeah, it kind of looks like a freshly painted exterior. I like it. And instead of using the gate that usually goes with this white picket fence, I decided to use the cats and dogs entrance gate. And we're actually going to cross over the gate with, I think, a base game archway. Oh, no, actually that came from Get Together, which you guys will see in a second. So there we've just put the gate in, putting some more of these gorgeous tree objects around. Oh, I love those. They're so pretty. I want those trees in real life. And okay, there we go. Crossing over that Get Together awning. I thought that kind of looked nice on top of the cats and dogs gate. We've got the little pastel pink wash tub over there. We will be moving some of these garden beds to make room for a monkey bar. Lots of wind chimey things. I think they sound nice during gameplay. They make me happy while playing The Sims. And I felt like a nice little lounge over here was a good idea too. And over here we're just gonna have like a barbecue area. And around the front, even though it's kind of far away from the barbecue, I mean, in hindsight, probably should put the barbecue near the table, but the outdoor table will be at the front of the house. Because I liked the idea of having the umbrella in the front yard, but we still have the little barbecue area over here. So that's kind of fun. And yeah. Cute. I love that blue umbrella as well. I thought that blue umbrella was really nice, except the table swatches. I wish the table was white. So we end up using this yellow one, which I love just as much. But yeah, sometimes I just wish it was like Sims 2 where you got to pick swatches from both. Like you could pick 2 swatches or 3 swatches per object. I still don't understand why we don't have that option when we had that in The Sims 2. Like, how do we not have that option in The Sims 4? Doesn't make sense to me. It does frustrate me a little bit. Hopefully, maybe at some point. I mean, surely there's a good reason why we don't have it. I just don't understand. I don't know, you guys. And yeah, this is pretty much the end of the build with a little bit of terrain painting around the flora. I think that's pretty much done. So we're going to head straight into the screenshots after placing that monkey bar object. And you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below of this build. Is this a build you want to download? Let me know. And also let me know if your game can use this build or if it has way too many stuff packs in it for you to feel like it's worth it to download. It's always good getting that feedback. Or if you feel like, yeah, I have to download it with a whole heap of missing objects, but I don't really mind putting them in myself and giving my own little style on top of it. So there we go. There's some nice close-ups. You can see the washing line, the wash tub, the outdoor table. The username, if you do want to download this, is Deligracy on the gallery. And this is the interior. There is a lot going on this interior, but I don't mind it. And one of you guys commented, can I please use the yellow wood in a laundry build? So I felt like I needed to do that for that one viewer. If that was you, shout out to you. I usually love yellow, but I wasn't feeling the yellow in this pack so much. I think on the timber, when I reviewed the items in the lighting, it looked a bit moldy yellow. But I like it for some of the items. Like I love that towel rack. The yellow looks really vibrant. Oh, and I thought that was such a romantic shot. And I actually got these Sims off the gallery, so it'd be quite funny if one of you guys actually made those Sims. If you did, thank you. And then there's the desk area with that rustic lamp. And I just love all of these objects. I love mixing all the objects from all the different packs. We've kind of got to the stage now where we have so many packs that a lot of the objects are being combined really, really nicely and kind of complementing each other, whereas for a while we were quite restricted. So it's nice that it's all happening now. And then this is the master bedroom. Love this laundry. Oh my God. Love it, love it, love it. I love those colors. Oh. Anyway, comment down below what you think. You guys have heard enough of what I think of my own build. Just giving myself compliments left, right, and center. But I love the pack. I think it's a great pack. And that lady has a very petite body and very large boobies. Anyway, guys, I hope you are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world. And I can't wait to speak to you guys soon. And I love you. And I hope that you're also having a fantabulous, fabulous, magnificent, extravagant, beautiful week. Love you guys.